Hello everybody, Kaira13 here. I'm here to do a book review on Dead Ice, which is the 24th installment of Laurell K. Hamilton's Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I am a huge fan of the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I have a tattoo for it that's on my leg. Well, actually, it's like a combined tattoo. It combines books that me and my best friends loved as a group. So we have Alice in Wonderland, Anita Blake, and Harry Potter, and characters to symbolize those books as well as books. So we actually have Sigmund tattoo, which is Anita stuffed penguin, but we all really love it, so it's super great. I'm not going to show you right now because it's like on the back of my leg and it's like really awkward, but hopefully I'll be able to splice in a picture, maybe. I don't know. Not good at splicing in pictures. Maybe not. Anyways, I absolutely love this series, and I got this at midnight when it came out. I bought both an audiobook and the actual book, and I actually finished the audiobook in a little under like a day and a half, so maybe about 2.5 days. I think it was 2.5 days, and I just like couldn't put it down. And so by the time the book showed up the next day, it was already finished. But I did reread it already, so that I could pick out the quotes that I wanted to share with you guys. I tried to pick quotes that weren't going to give away any spoilers because I don't want to ruin the book for anybody. I love the book, but I would also like to recommend this book for a certain kind of people. I've seen a lot of bad reviews for this book, and it just barely came out. And I really feel that people have fallen out of love with Anita, the main character, because she is amazing, and as my little brother Ryan puts it, she's overpowered. I love everything about this book. I love the smut in it. I love the zombies. I love the sociopaths. I love everything. The mysteries, the crime cases, the murder. I'm not going to lie. I'm intrigued by everything in this book. But it's not for everybody. And if, number one, you're not into sex, and number two, you're not into vampires, and number three, you don't have an open mind, you might not like this book. And so if that's the case, I'm sorry. Maybe you'd be happier reading Western romance. But if you're like me and you're totally into zombies and werewolves and vampires and a kick-ass lead woman, then you're going to love Anita Blake. So this is going to contain some spoilers, though, from the last 23 books. So if you have not read up to Jason, then please, please, please stop watching so you don't give yourself spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, go ahead, but I did warn you, okay? So I'm going to read some of my favorite quotes from the book. We're going to start with a quote that's not that far into it. Lately, people seem to think that morality was the same thing as being politically correct, and it wasn't. Some of the most deeply moral people I knew were least politically correct, because they actually worried about being good and evil, not just what they were told was good or bad. I really like that quote because I really truly feel that it hit a problem that society has been having lately really dead on the nose. We're all worried about how we have to say something instead of if what we are saying is actually a good thing. Should we say it at all? Sometimes, you know, you can say something in a bad way and not mean it in a bad way, and because you're just trying to find out something, or you can say something very rude and be politically correct, but it's still very rude. So, you know, being politically correct doesn't make you good. And then I had another quote for you. Where did I go? My bookmark dropped out when I was looking at it. But I know I'll find it right here. Okay, here it is. Almost no one is all bad. That's part of what makes it so hard in therapy. There are so few true villains. Just other screwed up people who pass the damage on. That hit truly hard for me, because I come from screwed up people, and they came from screwed up people, and they came from screwed up people. I come from a long line of screwed up people, and it's true. It's like no one means to damage the next generation or other people, but you're damaged, so you don't know any better, so you damage others. And I really like that quote. That quote was from Nathaniel. God, I love Nathaniel. Anyways, so, yeah, that was a really, really good quote. Next quote I'd like to share with you guys is... I put bookmarks in it so I could find it, but... Okay, here it is. I knew from experience with other people that no one can be a shit unless the other person tolerates it. I like that. That's just truth right there. You can't, other people can be a shit, but unless you tolerate it, there won't be a shit to you. If you leave, then no one can treat you like shit. You allow people to treat you that way. No, you don't need to let people treat you bad. So I really like that quote. I always tend to find a lot of quotes, and Anita's is great. Laurell K. Hamilton is an amazing writer. Then, oh, I have this one. This one also was just an amazing quote from Anita. Sometimes you can't save people, and sometimes they don't want to be saved. Because you can try to save people, but unless they want to be saved, you can't save them. I'll try to go through these a little quicker than I was. Oh, in this one, Anita's talking about her friend Zabrowski, and she doesn't mean this in a bad way. She means it in a good way. But I just thought the quote was very weird. She goes, "Cops can make very good bad guys and very good friends." So I thought that was cool. Because Anita's a cop, and she's talking about her friend who's a cop, and she's just kind of poking fun. But it's very true. Cops can be amazing bad guys and amazing friends. Okay, here it was. This one's also a quote from Anita. "You can't share the light if you're still in the dark yourself. I was stumbling around in the pitch black." She's talking about you can't share the truth with people, or information you don't have. If you don't have it, you don't know. You can't just feed them what they want to hear. If you don't know, you don't know. guess I just lost the quote that was on this page. Just can't find it. Yeah, I guess I lost it. So I'm going to read the last quote. And this quote kind of makes me, this is one of the quotes that makes me, why I love this series. The difference between amateurs and professionals. Amateurs whine about rules and fairness and plead for mercy. Professionals know there's only one rule: survival. Violence is not fair. There is no mercy. Ugh. It just reminded me about why I love this series. Like, it's so hardcore and good, and it has everything that I love in books, including sociopaths with a heart and hardcore violence, but also zombie raising and witches and vampires and were-animals of every flavor and an amazing leading character. So this particular book in the series, I'm going to give you a couple more things about it that is different from the entire series. In this book, Anita has to go back to work as being a vampire executioner and U.S. federal marshal, and she's having a lot of problems getting the other cops to respect her still, even though she's worked really hard and long on her reputation as a police officer. She's having people not respect her now because now she's engaged in a big, giant public engagement to the Vampire King of America. And the wedding, the engagement was not only big and fancy, but it was also recorded and everyone saw it, and so she's really getting a lot of guff, and she has to fight back to try to make a name for herself all over again, because she is just as good as her reputation states. And just because she's in love with somebody, well, several somebodies, that doesn't make her a bad person, and you shouldn't judge somebody by who they love or don't love or whatnot. You should judge them by their character, by their actual person. And then it goes in a little bit more about Anita and Jean-Claude's wedding plans and her commitment ceremonies to not only Jean-Claude, but her other polyamorous men that she's in love with. And, this book also touched on the whole Asher subject, which has kind of been glossed over in the last, I think, like 2 books. But here, like, things kind of heat up, and we see Asher a little bit more than we have in the last 2 books, I believe. And I really like that, because Asher was one of my favorite characters, and I've missed him. But I also kind of like what Laurell has done with his character in making him, making their relationship go where it probably would have gone had the relationship been real. I love Asher. He's such a beautiful man in my mind, but he is such a freaking selfish little brat sometimes. And I really like the way things have been turning out. And I hope you will read this book and enjoy it as much as I did. And if you would like more book reviews by me and would like to see more other booky things by me, please like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions or comments about this book. Okay. It was great, talking about books with you. Bye.